Welcome, guys, back to another episode of GilPods. Last time I had Molly, O'Shea, and Liz on the podcast. We had a good time, talked about Writers Group and Iona, and just a bunch of funny comedic stuff. This episode is going to be a little different today. Today I have CM Mary
Hello,
on the
everyone.
episode, so introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. My name is Mary. I am a sophomore. I've known Tyler since, the beginning of freshman year, even before school started. I'm a nursing major and I'm a campus minister as well, and I'm pretty involved on campus. So, yeah.
Yeah, me and Mary knew each other before Iona started because we were both in the CAP program. So we did the 1 week time here with our peer mentor. Shout out to Peter and Angela and Caroline, and also I forgot the other person that did it.
Oh, Gabby.
Gabby,
Yeah.
yeah. So there was a lot of people. We had a good time that year, and me and Mary have been close ever since that
Yeah,
day.
Tyler was one of the first friends that I made here at Iona, which was really cool. And
Yeah.
we've been friends ever since then. So,
Yeah, same with Mary too. So
all right.
how are you feeling about today, like the Gold Rush game and like everything else going on right now?
I'm super excited. My dad is actually a graduate alum of Manhattan, so he did a graduate program there for his engineering major. And then my mom went here, and then obviously I go here, and my brother's coming here next year. So I think it's always a good rivalry.
Oh wait, your brother is coming here
Yeah,
next
my brother's
year.
coming here next year.
What is he gonna major in?
He wants to major in something completely different from me. He wants to do digital media and marketing. He does a lot of sports photography right now at his high school, and he does the news there. If you guys have time, you can look up Iona Prep Gale Force Live. You'll see a ginger on there. That's
Please keep going. I'm sorry.
He's a ginger and he runs the news there. And he does a really good job. So he wants to do digital media and marketing when he comes here. So
That's good.
definitely super excited for him.
What, like double majoring?
Yeah, he's gonna double major. I think it's a dual program where you do digital media and marketing. So
Okay, that's good.
yeah.
Because I know you do nursing. You have to go all the way to Bronx.
He's doing something completely different from me. No, he could never do that. I give a lot of credits for him doing photography, but
because I know you do nursing, which I heard is like one of the hardest majors here at this entire school. And I remember asking you if you were in the honors program, and you were like, "No, I'm not in the honors program. You would never see it."
Nursing is more than enough for me.
Yeah.
I had a microbiology exam this morning. That was pretty rough.
Because I hear you talk about like your classes and stuff, and I'm like, you're taking chem, you're taking bio, you're taking nursing, and then you take I don't even know what other class.
I took anatomy 1. I'm taking anatomy 2 this semester.
My God, this is like a calculation, malfunction, brainless, brain rot.
Yep. Chem was the first one I had to take. That was freshman year, fall semester. That was really bad. I passed, but it was rough.
Do you mind like tell me what you got?
I got what'd I get? I was doing really bad in the course up until like the last 3 weeks of the semester. I got like a 93 on an exam, and that was like really when my like adrenaline shifted, and like I was like, oh, I think I can pass this class. And then the 2 days before the final, me and a bunch of the other people in my nursing cohort, we spent 2 days before, I think 7 hours in the library, and then the day before the final, 12 hours straight in the library. We were there from 12 p.m. in the afternoon to 12 a.m. and we all passed. And we all moved on. I got a B- in the class, which is like, it doesn't sound like a good grade, but C pluses get degrees in nursing, so it's okay. And I had A's and everything else for the semester, so it was fine.
There's something my It's crazy. My mom told me this one time. If you get a D, then D's get degrees.
D's get degrees, C's get degrees, yes. C pluses get degrees.
B's get degrees, and then A is just magnificent.
I wish I could have all straight A's. That would be so nice.
But. Yeah, I'm trying to make Dean's List this semester. I'm really praying that I actually get it this semester.
I think you will. I think if you work hard and,
because I passed very, very well. I just want to like get to that point.
Yeah. So. No, I completely get it.
Yeah. But how has the semester been for you this far, and like with campus minister, nursing, all that stuff?
It's really good. I really have liked being I've really liked being a campus minister this year. It's given me a unique opportunity to be like more involved on campus and like really make a difference in my community. And I love my team that I work with. Like they're all so nice and we all get along really well. I love leading my service project, and I love doing my officer role, and, like, I feel like it's especially living in Loftus, it's definitely given me like, an outreach to the freshmen that I probably would not have had if I didn't live in Loftus or was a campus minister, so I've really enjoyed it, and I'm,
Good.
like, really excited to hopefully continue being one next year,
That's
so
good, that's good. Guys, go to her service project, please. Go to her events.
I do run good events, guys, I promise.
I remember going to her first event, for the drawing with yours and Jack's,
Yeah.
and almost everybody was there,
Yeah,
and I never would have imagined Mary Sanguina doing an event on
I know my
campus.
when I first made my,
You are a main character.
when I first ran my, first event and was like making the flyer and I was putting like my like, oh, CM Mary and CR Kira. I'm like, CM Kira. I'm like, wow, like this is real. Like I'm actually like a campus minister. Like this is so it just felt so like different and cool. And
Mm.
then when I actually was like leading my first program and saw like the amount of people that came to my first programs, we had like 60 people come to my first program, that's a lot of people. And me and Kiki did a really like good job running it. It was just really cool to like interact with the freshmen and interact with the sophomores and like, on like a different level. It felt like really nice and like just to like, for them to come and like draw and like chat with us and just put a smile on their day. It was just like super beneficial and rewarding. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about your service events because I do a bunch of other stuff besides the service stuff because I'm on the e-board. I'm still a senator. I do Yale
Oh
guides. I
yeah.
do a bunch of stuff with the performing arts. And right now, currently, I'm trying to be an RA for next year, and
Oh
I'm
really? I didn't
hoping
know that.
to get either Hales or Kenese for next year.
Oh, that's so good.
Mhm.
That's really good. How's the interview process going for you?
It's going good right now. I did my interview on Tuesday, and the other week before we had our RA group process, which went really well. And today we have our symposium, which is basically the RAs going to talk about their experience and talk about what it was like for them being an RA and how it is for them being an RA now, and just giving back to us.
That's so cool. I hope you get the position. That would be
I
really cool.
I feel like I'm gonna get the position. I just don't wanna jinx myself
Yeah.
because
Do you feel like your interview went well?
I feel like my interview went really well, and I also feel like because I did have Claudia, I had Zachary too,
Oh,
and
Claudia. I love Claudia.
they're both great RHDs. I know them very well. I answered the questions very thoroughly, very well, and we just it just sparked their days. So I'm pretty sure that I did a really good job with the interview.
That's
So I'm
good.
praying I get it.
Yeah, I hope you get the interview. I love Claudia. She's my I live in Loftus and she's my Loftus neighbor, so we get along really well together. But
What
yeah.
floor again?
I live on the 4th floor right by the prayer room.
Yeah.
So like when you get off the elevator, usually most people go like to the left to go to the dorms. I go to the right. And like it's my room and Claudia's room and then the prayer room.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah, I've been here 4 semesters. I can't figure out that hall at all. I got lost there the first day I went to Loftus because I didn't live in Loftus last year. I was in East.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that. It's a little bit confusing, I won't lie, but I like it. I like living on my own too.
I remember visiting my friends up there the first or second day, and I remember pressing the first floor, and the first floor was just the first floor of the building, and I'm like, "That's not how you get out of here."
I remember on move-in day when I was moving in, my freshman year, they were like letting people come in from the back of Loftus, and I was like so confused because I was like, "Oh, like this is an exit." And then later on, when they actually like closed the door and I tried to go out that way, they're like, "No, no, don't open that door. You're gonna make the fire alarms go off."
Don't open the door.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, no, it's a little bit of a confusing building. I won't lie.
So after the first week, I came back and I was gonna go out the back way of East because we used it a lot during the first week, just because it was like the first week of school and it wasn't gonna make any sound. I used it the second week and made a sound,
Oh, really?
and then and then Makias looked at me being like, "Who did that?"
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh,
So yeah, that was my first experience that first week.
I feel like the first week of freshman year is such a surreal moment. Like, you're trying to meet a bunch of people, you're going to visit everybody's dorm, and, like, you're just trying to make friends with people in your hallway. I feel like it's a cool experience, something I'll, like, never forget when coming to college, so
Yeah, absolutely. And I also know due to you being a CM, I also know your relationship with like God and Christ,
Mhm.
and I know how devoted you are in your faith.
Yeah.
You wanna touch upon that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So let's see. I've grown up Catholic my whole life. I've, like, always gone to church on Sundays, and I went to Catholic school from what year? 5th grade to now, actually.
Mhm.
Um, and as I've gotten older, I would say that my relationship has definitely grown and changed from when I was younger. I feel like when I was younger, not that I was, like, forced to go to church by my parents, but, like, I definitely didn't really have as much of an understanding of God, as I do now in, like, my own relationship, but as I've gotten older, and especially, like, in high school, I became a campus minister, and that, like, really allowed me to, like, deepen my relationship with God and, like, have a stronger foundation with Him, and then being a campus minister now in college, I feel like it's, like, completely shifted, having the opportunity to, like, go to church every Sunday, spread my faith throughout the campus community through my acts of service projects or my
Mhm.
programs or just talking to people every day. I feel like it's really deep now, and I'm, like, very grateful for that. I try to journal, like, every night as much as I can or pray. When I was on my mission trip in Texas over winter break, which I'm sure we'll talk about,
Yeah.
I found myself journaling every night, like, more than usual. I try to journal as often as I can, but, like, really, when I was in Texas, I was doing it a lot, and it really, I feel like, strengthened my relationship with God, like,
Mhm.
more than it had in the past, so
Yeah.
I'd say definitely, like, growing up and, like, getting older and being more involved and, like, having more opportunities to practice my faith, like, has really, like, deepened my relationship with God, so
Yeah, me too. What I usually do is tend to pray before anything else, and then I usually go to the gym, and then read the Bible and, like, look at my verses, even on the app too, pick a verse, put it on my story, and then just kind of talk about my relationship with Jesus. Like, what else do you want me to keep growing on as I am walking onto this earth in your spirituality and
Mhm.
in your faith? Like, what do you want me to improve? And he keeps telling me every single day, whether it's mentality or physicality, I just do what he says, and then when that happens, my morals come to life, and then I just keep progressing as a person.
I feel like sometimes it's hard, especially, like, in college, like, to always keep your faith because, like, things happen and, like, you might get, like, a bad grade on an exam, you might have a bad day, but, like, I always just try to look at it as, like, something happened, like, God made that happen and, like, you're gonna become stronger from it and, like,
Yeah.
you can always move past it and, like, there's a reason why that thing happened, and, like, you might not realize it, like, in the moment, but, like, down the road, like, you will realize it, and, like, I always try to think about that when I'm having, like, a bad day or, like, when I'm, like, upset about something or yeah, and I'm sure similar for you as well.
Yeah, because it's happened to me too, like, I can relate with, like, a bad grade on an exam, and then it's just like, what do I do from that? Do I study more? Do I just let this play out? Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And then I do according what I think my belief is willing to do, and I know other people give me suggestions, but I'm like, "What does Jesus want me to do?" And I'm
Right.
not saying anyone is wrong or right. I'm not saying that I'm gonna listen not gonna listen to anybody because Jesus would want us to listen to other people and, like, make connections. But I think it's more important to understand where God is coming from, and you wanna put yourself in his shoes.
Mhm. No, absolutely, I completely agree with that. Um, I think it's like, God already knows what's gonna happen to us, like, that's the whole purpose of, like, faith and, like, believing, and, um, I think that, like, the people who we listen to and the people that are put in our lives are put there for I fully, like, wholeheartedly believe that, and definitely from college more than no, both high school and college, I felt that the people who have been placed in my life and the people that I'm meant to listen to were put there for a reason, and that I think has really helped to, like, strengthen my faith a lot, so
Yeah. College, definitely. High school, I didn't really know God too well at that time because I was in a different relationship of my own that it wasn't really like the one I was in now. And as I got out of that, I just grew more closer to Jesus as I started my journey
no, that's great.
here
That's really great.
and coming to a Catholic school, and me also growing up Catholic and going to church every Sunday and for occasional holidays has been something that I've been doing with my family and myself every single time.
Yeah, no, that's great. That
Yeah.
is really great.
And when I went to the admission trip for Iona, I was in Peru. And I'll tell you this, no one spoke English. Everybody spoke proper Spanish, and I had to learn and understand where how people were living and how poverty and social justice was such a really big thing over there because everyone was trying to make a hustle and trying to make money.
Yeah.
And due to the fact that it's very, very hot, is something that I know a lot of people in Peru are very uncomfortable with.
Yeah. No, I would love to talk about my mission trip too if you, don't mind. I was in Brownsville, Texas in over winter break. I left a couple of days after Tyler did, with Iona too. Honestly, one of the best experiences of my life, I will not lie, and one of the best experiences that I've had, like, throughout college. It taught me a lot, it also, like, helped me form friendships, and it just really gave me, like, a different understanding of, like, the world. When I was in Brownsville, we worked a lot with the immigration crisis. So we were right on the Mexican American border. And we were working like firsthand with the immigrants as they were coming across the border. And it was just really like interesting and cool to see. Um, and a lot of them, similarly to how they were in Peru, like did not speak English. 'Cause they were coming from mostly Spanish countries, or some of them were coming from Africa. And one family that I really connected with, they came from Iran and they traveled, I think, on 5 different planes to get to the spot to cross the border and come into the country, and I just thought that was, like, so, like, interesting, and, like, the girl, like, she's from Iran, she spoke
Mhm.
fluent English, she was, like, the only one that spoke fluent English, but similarly to how they were in Peru, most of the people didn't speak English, and they primarily spoke Spanish, and it just really I had to adjust and try to learn what they were saying. I managed to understand a couple of conversations, not that many, but a few,
Yeah.
and it just really gave me a different understanding of like how what the experiences that these people were going through and like just gave me a different like sense of appreciation for all that I have and that how fortunate that I am to like have a family, have a home and like, um be able to like my family's able to like help me out and provide for me. So, yeah, but it was an unbelievable experience. If you guys get the opportunity to go on a mission trip, definitely go.
Oh, definitely. And I'm trying to be a missionary leader for next year when it's winter break, and I wanna do one, possibly for Ireland.
Oh, that's so cool.
Mhm.
That's so cool. I wanted to do that one, but I'm trying to study abroad in Ireland, so I really wanted to go to, like, a different place where, like, I haven't necessarily been to that I'm not gonna go to yet, so I'm thinking, I might do Peru next year.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. I'm gonna tell you this though, just from my experience over there. So you're gonna go into the brother's house and you're gonna stay there for about a few days. And you guys are gonna explore like the city of Lima and then go up to the mountains, not the Andes. The Andes is like the more colder part,
Mhm.
but like where the Isla Mojera's like area is, and just be able to like see like the houses being constructed, and you won't really see like a lot of like laundry or a lot of food or water or electricity. So you're going to end up actually going to one of the Christian houses up there that you're gonna have to, like, literally flush the toilet with a bucket, and
Oh,
then
wow.
also you're gonna have to use there's 2 buckets. One is for dirty water, so that's gonna be the one to, like, flush the toilet, and then the other one, this is the more harder one, the showers. Now, you're gonna have to use the clean water, and then you're gonna have to literally pour it over your head as you do
Really?
as you go in. And that's like the only thing I'm gonna say. I was completely thrown off when I was there, and I had no idea what to do, but then I figured it out straight away. So that's something that I'll definitely tell you about. But
I
the only reason why we did that is to put ourselves in their shoes on how they live.
Yeah, exactly, and I think, like, some people might think, like, "Oh, like, oh, I don't, like, necessarily wanna do that," but honestly, this is, like, the experiences that these people are going through, like, on a regular, like, day-to-day basis, like, doing it for, like, 1 week is, like or, like, 9 days you guys are there for?
We were there for about 9
9
days.
days, like,
Yeah.
it's just, like, a small taste of, like, like, what these people have to go through on, like, an everyday basis, and I think, like, being able to, like, kind of put yourselves in, like, those people's shoes is something that's, like, really, like, valuable, so and something that you'll very much cherish forever.
Yeah. Also, by the way, who is in the audience in the camera right now? Like, who's watching the show that you know of?
I'm gonna shout out Jen Lee.
Wait, I'm gonna text her right now just to let her know the show's happening. Because if she's
A lot of
asleep,
my friends are watching. One of my friends is at work and she's trying to watch it too.
That's good.
Can I shout them out? Is that okay?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm just letting her know that the episode's on.
Shout out to Jen, Levia, Julia, Maggie, Emily. I think they're all watching. Hi guys. Thank you for watching.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jen and I go way back. But she went on your podcast, I think, what is it, last semester? And as soon as she went on your podcast, I was like, oh, I have to come on. I have to go on.
Yeah.
Because her episode and Tristan's episode was so good. So
That's
yeah.
good. Yeah, no, the Jen and Tristan, I really enjoyed having them on too. I also really enjoyed having Molly O'Shea and Liz on yesterday. Not yesterday, last week.
Yeah, they were telling me all about it. They're like, we did the best podcast episode ever. You're not going to be able to top us. I was like, all right, that's a lot of pressure.
I'll be fair though. I'll be fair. The last time I was on the podcast with them, they did give me a drawing of me in the golden retriever form with the Iona shirt on.
I
as
would have
well.
brought you something like that, but I can't draw, so it probably would have been like a stick figure with your head on it. So I don't think you would have wanted that.
No, that's fine.
I also didn't really have time to draw anything. I'm so sorry.
No, that's completely fine.
Otherwise, I would have, but if I could draw, but I can't. So
No, that was awesome though. And then Liz gave me a flower afterwards. I mean Molly gave me a flower afterwards.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
so
this
nice.
is the cutest thing.
You're so nice.
Like that was during Valentine's Day.
Oh.
That episode.
Did you do anything for Valentine's Day with McKenna?
Yeah, we went to Serafina's in the city.
That restaurant's so good.
And then after that, we came back over here and then just watched some videos and movies.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice.
And then for the rest of the weekend, we went skiing upstate. We went out to dinner again, and then just enjoyed upstate.
That's so nice. That's really, really nice.
Yeah. What did you do during that day?
What did I had the flu. So yeah, last Friday was not fun. I woke up last Friday morning at like 3:00 in the morning and
I'm still listening.
No, you're fine. I had like 102 fever, I could tell. And I went to the doctor on Friday afternoon and I was like, I think I have the flu. I felt awful. I've never felt so bad in my life. And it took like 30 minutes for them to do this flu test and I didn't really understand why. But yeah, I had the flu. I had the flu all weekend last weekend up until like Sunday. Up until Sunday. And I finally started feeling better on Monday. But it just knocked me out. Like I've never felt like that before.
Yeah, that really blows. I remember having the flu fairly recently. Well, not fairly recently. It was like almost last month. I think it was a mixture of like food poisoning and also the flu because I remember
that's the worst.
I remember having dinner down in Vitanza and then I came back and I remember playing Smash and having some snacks with my friends up in the dorm and I felt completely fine. I don't think it was the snacks, but when I like woke up, I felt so nauseous. I felt so pale and I don't want to like disturb anybody on the audience when I say this. I legitimately threw up probably 10 times.
You know, honestly,
it was so bad.
It could have been food poisoning, but when I had the flu over the weekend, I didn't throw up at all, but I was like extremely nauseous. Extremely nauseous like the whole weekend, probably from a mix of the antibiotics that I was on and also just the flu itself.
Oh.
So it might have just been the flu, but it might have been a mixture of both. That's horrible. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's the worst. It's absolutely the worst.
Yeah. It is completely okay, honestly. And like I'm super glad after it was over because he's actually here right now. I don't even know where he went. But Pietro Lardi, he actually had me in his dorm the whole entire time because I literally canceled going to all my classes. I didn't go to singers that day either. I had to tell Molly that I wasn't really feeling well and Dana.
Last Friday, I was supposed to have Nightingale's rehearsal. And I saw Ryan the day before and I had like it was obvious I was sick. I had laryngitis and like I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk like, about this. It was really bad. And he's like, if you have to miss Nightingales, it's fine. I'm like, I know, but it feels so bad because I hate missing things. Because I always like the moment that I miss something happens or like class, like I never miss class. Like I have like perfect attendance. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But extracurriculars, like I try not to miss those either. And I felt so bad because I missed Nightingale's the week before, and I missed Nightingale's last week, but I was legitimately on my deathbed. And like if
oh God.
I would have given everybody the flu. So it's probably better that I didn't go, but I couldn't sing either. It would have been unproductive
Aw.
for me. It would have been unproductive and I would have gotten everybody sick.
Oh,
So
that does suck,
yeah,
honestly.
but I didn't have any plans for Valentine's Day either way. So it's fine.
Oof.
I sat in my bed with the flu. It's okay.
Yeah, it's alright, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that there was a game going on that day too, honestly.
Yeah, I
I didn't
think there was. I didn't leave my bed for like 48 hours
yeah,
straight. So
yeah, on Valentine's Day, yeah, I didn't go.
oh, but yeah. Oh well. There's always
Yeah,
next year.
there is. And the better part about that is too, like, I even hear professors and everybody else be like, "You are adults, you do make your decisions, and at the end of the day, you can always make up anything." Like, they're not gonna track you down and being like, "Oh, yeah, where are you at?" But,
Yeah,
like, I
in
mean, sometimes that
yeah,
happens.
the only issue with that is I have, labs on Thursdays and Fridays. So, like, if you like, especially Fridays, I have microbiome lab, and it's just harder to miss that class because it's once a week and it's, like, 2 hours. So, if, like, I, like, went to class and I was like, "I'm gonna I'll go to this, and then I will go to the doctor," like, right afterwards. I made the appointment when I woke up in the morning. I said, "I
Mhm.
know I don't feel good." I made the appointment for, like, 3:15. I sped out of my class. I ran to my car and I drove over there and then I came back and I didn't get up for 2 days. So,
Mm,
but yeah, it's harder to make up work when you have a lab because every week you're doing a different lab procedure and like they kind of like build on top of each other in microbiome, not anatomy, but it's harder to make up the work if you're not there. So it's kind of like important that you're there for those classes, but some professors are like very like nonchalant, like they don't care like if you miss, but some like ask for doctor's notes. It really depends on the professor. So
mm, yeah. Also, another thing I wanna mention, as you were coming up here, by the way, I saw your Snapchat text, and while you were just like, "On my way," I was, like, watching car crash, like, I was watching car crash, but it wasn't what you think it is. It wa
wow.
the videos were, "Which car can make it over these potholes safely at their top speed?" And almost every car dies.
I could tell a driving story if everybody would like to hear one. So
What? Explain.
last December, no, December of 2023, I I got a speeding ticket and it was like no, it was really bad.
Oh.
Went it wasn't I was speeding, don't get me wrong, but I was going like 20 over the speed limit.
Mhm.
Before the cop got me. And it was like right before Christmas. So I think it was like December 23rd. So around I don't know if you know this, but around Christmas time, they always like make the price of the tickets go up a little bit more because especially in smaller like towns, to like make more money for the like if they're not like making enough money on tickets, they when they pull you over, they give you a higher charge of a ticket. So I went home and I told my dad and he and my mom. My mom was like, she wasn't happy with me, but she didn't really like care as much. My dad was furious. And um I was trying to get the ticket, like, taken care of because my friends, like, their dads are cops, and they're like, "Oh, like, we'll get it taken care of for you," and my dad was like, "No, you have to own up to your mistake." So, it was, like, $180 for the first ticket,
Oh.
and then because I pled guilty, the, ticket ended up being $500
Oh.
because the DMV wanted me to pay 300, and then
Oh.
I also got 6 points on my license.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it was like a whole thing, and
Ah.
the points start coming off in June, but yeah, I had to have been like I have to be super careful now when I drive up until June because if I get like 5 more, like, I get my license completely suspended,
Oh
so
gosh.
yeah, it's a little scary, it's a little rough
How
out here.
fast were you going that day?
Sorry. I was going
Fine.
63 and a 40, which doesn't it's honestly not like, there's my friends have gone, like, 80 on the same road and have not gotten pulled over. So, going like, 63 and 40 sounds, like, kind of fast, but when you think about it, it's, like, 20
It
over.
sounds like
It's not
normal speed.
it's, like, not horrible. It's not as bad as it could have been. So, when I got that ticket, when I got 6 points on my license, I was, "Is this a joke? Like, there's no way." Um, but yeah, so there's that.
So you ended up paying yourself all that money.
Yeah, and then my dad was, like, so mad. It was so funny. Well, it really wasn't funny, actually. He was he was really mad at me, but it happens, I guess. So I've learned my lesson, and I've been very careful ever since then. So yeah.
Yeah. How'd you feel about hospitality last night?
I thought it was really good. The food was really good last night. So yesterday was my birthday, actually.
Happy birthday
Thank
again.
you. I turned 20. It was my golden birthday. It was really fun. Not really, actually, because I had a microbiome exam today, so I had to study all night last night. So it's okay. I'll celebrate at some point. But um, the CM team last night, I had a feeling they were gonna do this, and it was so nice that they did this. They in the middle of hospitality, they brought me out a cake and they sang to me, and it was, like, so nice. I was like, "Oh, thanks, guys." Like, I felt so appreciated, I felt so loved, and the cake was really good. You tried it, right?
I did
It
try
was
it.
really good.
It
I don't
was
know
it was
where it came
pretty
from.
good. Yeah, they made that. It was gas.
And then yesterday, one of my other the most of my birthday was really good. It was just, like, the end when I had to study because I didn't wanna study, but
Mm,
one of my friends I have a obsession with stuffed animals, especially squishmallows. I don't know if you know what they are.
yeah.
So my friend knows that, and one of my friends, my best friend, knows that, and every time we go to Target, we always try to find, like, a squishmallow. I always get so excited, I always go and look for them in the aisles. Yesterday, we come out of my first class, and she's like, "When do you want your gift? Like, now or later? You can't look in my trunk." I said, "Okay, I guess I'll take it now." I'm like, "Why can't I look in her trunk? Like, what's in there?" So she's like, "Don't look back here." I'm like, "Okay." So I wait for her to, like, get the gift out of her car, and she's like, "Don't turn around." I said, "I got it. I'm not turning around." She pulls out this giant squishmallow. It's like 24 inches big. It's huge. Its name is Borsa.
Yeah.
And I was, like, literally like, if you come to my room, it, like, takes up half my bed. It's great. I love
Yeah.
it so much. So that was really cool. I got that gift, and then a couple of my other friends got me gifts too. But yeah, it was a good birthday.
Very
It's so I have a picture, but the picture doesn't do it any justice.
I saw the picture already
Oh,
because
you saw
Jen
the
showed
picture?
me yesterday, and I could just imagine you going back into Loftus after, like, a long day of, like, studying and, like, going through CM stuff, and then at the very end, just going to bed with the Squishmallow being like, "Whee!"
I actually did exactly that. You're
Yeah.
correct. I carried it back to my room last night at, like, I don't know, 12 o'clock when I was done studying, and I wasn't done studying, but when I decided to go back to my room and study there, and I put the Squishmallow on my bed, and then I jumped on top of my bed on top of it. It was great. But yeah, no, it was super comfortable, and it's super, super soft, so I'm really appreciative of that.
Yeah, I remember, last semester visiting your dorm.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice.
It is nice. It's very messy, because I tend to just make my living space my environment, and I like to say that my brain is the way that my room is. It's a little chaotic and messy, but, like, I know where everything is, and that's exactly how my room is. It's chaotic and messy, but I know where everything is. Um, but eventually, like, I do get, like, these, like, crazy, like, rushes of adrenaline to clean, but, like, it doesn't happen very often, so I'm also just, like, so busy that I just don't have the time to, like, go through and fully, like, put my clothes away or clean my room, like, every single night, so it's harder, but I know that when I do it, like, I'm more organized, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it really happens sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
I just organized my room, like, the other day, and then I just, like, completely took a lot of stuff off my desk because it was all over the place, and I'm usually a very clean person, it's just I had a lot more on my in my room than I really needed to,
Yeah. Yeah,
so
my
I'm
d
gonna bring a lot of that back home.
I definitely will say last year when I was packing up my room to go back home for the summer, um, that I just kinda I
What
just
did you
kinda,
do?
like, threw things into bags and just, like, brought it home, and, like, I didn't organize anything, and then when I got home, I didn't really know where anything was, and then I kinda left my living room like a mess for, like, a month, and my parents were not too happy with me, but eventually I did clean it up because I was tired of seeing the living room look
I
like that,
I I
so
really feel like in these situations, you get caught up in it, but inside you're, like, laughing super
yeah,
duper hard.
yeah, and, like, and if you think about it, it's not that deep, it's just bringing bags upstairs, but I thought it was, like, the most daunting task in the world, I guess, so I couldn't bring myself to do it, but, you know, yeah. Ugh.
Well, one other thing I gotta say though, I'm just looking forward to seeing how the rest of the semester holds.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
right now, Gab has a lot of stuff cooking up for spring weekend. They might
Oh, I'm
have a
very excited
they
about
might
when
have
is when is spring weekend this year?
April
Is it the last weekend of the semester? Like the last full weekend, like in April?
25th,
Yeah.
15th.
So it's the same weekend as the the Singers concert.
Nice. Nice.
I
Nice.
put spring weekend and Singers together there. So sorry. It's the
Nice.
same weekend as the Singers concert then.
I think it is, yeah.
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 That's exciting.
What are you doing for the Singers concert? Like, do you have a solo?
So, of course, the week that Dana wanted to do like pick out a solo for me was the week I had the flu, and I had to go to a presentation or like a symposium for one of my classes, so I couldn't go to Singers that night. So, I think I'm gonna try to talk to her about it this upcoming Wednesday or maybe on Sunday at music ministry. There were a couple ideas um for what I wanted to do for the concert. She wanted me to do a couple of maybe more like evil people only because they are altos and I'm an alto, so it's like a little bit easier for me to sing those songs. I I wanted to do well, it's not Disney, so it wouldn't really work, but do you know Peppa Pig?
Yes, I do. Is it
I
a
love
theme song?
not the theme song, but the song from oh, which one is it? The when they do you know when they have International Day and they're all
Yes.
like the different countries and they sing like peace and harmony in all the world? I wanted to
Yes.
sing that, but it's about a 10-second song, so that probably wouldn't work. And then I like all the songs from there, but they're not Disney and they're also they're also for like 5-year-olds.
Do you know how crazy the crowd would have gone for that, though?
That's what I said. I said that to Jen, Julia, and Emily and Levia, and I said, I think they really would have liked that, and they all said no.
I could just,
Well, Julia and Jen told me like, if you can somehow convince Dana to do that, I said I don't think she'll let me.
I just imagine if he's watching this episode, I just imagine Aiden after that 10
Oh, shout out
second.
Aiden too. I forgot. Yes.
Aiden Malagal, or I don't know what
I
his
feel like
name is.
Aiden would eat that up.
Yeah. No, but like Aiden in the audience after yeah, 10-second song, everything would go quiet, but then he would have been like, yes! 100%!
He called me yesterday on my birthday and sang me like the most beautiful like birthday choral song. It was great. I was in Bronxville. I was eating lunch and I was like, wow, this is great. Thank you so much. No, I was actually really appreciative. It was so nice. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna talk to Dana more and kind of figure out like what solo like she thinks would be good for me. I'm not really picky. I kind of just said like you can pick because I'm honestly not good at picking music for myself. Like I kind of I don't know what's good in my vocal range, so I kind of just like have left it up to her. So I'm gonna try to let her decide and see. So
Yeah,
are you doing a solo or no?
I am doing 104 Days by
Oh,
Phineas and
very
Ferb.
nice.
Yeah.
That's a good
Mhm.
song. Yeah, that's a good one. But hopefully I can get that like straightened out like soon because I would have to start practicing it, like practicing it and learning it because I don't have a lot of time because we only have like 5 rehearsals left until the concert, which I didn't know. Like 5 or 6 is what she said the other night. So,
Oh, then that's gonna go by in a flash.
oh yeah, it's gonna go by very quickly.
Yeah, I remember last semester when Singers had just ended. I remember Vinny telling me that he wanted to join Singers, and
Oh yeah, he joined this semester, right?
yeah,
Like, good for
and
him.
he's been doing pretty good. I've been
Yeah.
enjoying him.
Yeah. Honestly, it's nice. I feel like when I started last year, like there weren't as many people in Singers, but now like we've had like a nice group that's joined.
Yeah.
Even music ministry too. Like
Yeah.
on Sundays at mass, like there's like a lot of people that come to music ministry now, and there's like 20 of us that go every Sunday, and it's really nice to see because when like last year when I started and when I don't know, were you in music ministry last year at all or like?
I I tried out for it a few times. I do enjoy it. It's just I can't really commit the time all the time on
Yeah,
Sundays
no,
to
it's
go.
hard. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. But it's like a nice group that goes like every Sunday now, so it's really nice to see that like the performing arts are getting bigger. So
Yeah.
it's
The
good.
players right now is doing really good. Pep band has been very big since last semester.
Are you going to the MAC tournament this year for Pep
I
Band?
can't because I'm going to Scotland for study abroad.
Oh, that's so cool. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Are you going to the house that's in Ireland or are you just going to Scotland for study abroad?
Scotland.
Just Scotland?
Yeah.
Very cool. That's very, very cool. What classes are you taking while you're there?
Spirituality right now, Professor Robinson.
Oh, that's being held in Scotland?
Mhm.
Wow, that's so cool. That's really, really cool. I wanna take it. I definitely want I'm trying to study abroad next, spring, and, like, when it's, like, that 2-week gap in between, like, spring and summer, I'm trying to study abroad then,
Mhm.
so hopefully I'll be able to, but
Yeah. I just can't wait for it soon to be like the point where it's like super duper nice out and warm that like everybody's out on the Murphy.
I have to say my favorite time of the year. I love summer, don't get me wrong, but it gets like really hot. You know that time in like March, April when you wake up and like the birds are chirping and like you look out your window and it's like sunny and it's like, wow, it's gonna be a good day. That's my favorite time of the year, like by far. It makes me so happy. Like the weather could still be like 50 degrees outside. I don't care. Like waking up and seeing like the sun like through your window, like the birds chirping, like that's my favorite time, like March
Yes.
and April. But it's been snowing a lot this year. Like, it even snowed, like, last night for, like 10 like, an hour, and I was like, "Oh, wow." Like, I didn't think it was gonna snow. Like, it snowed a lot. That groundhog, he was right with the 6 more weeks of winter.
Ah, so he did come out already.
Yeah, he came February 2nd. He said,
Uh,
I think Puxatawny Phil said 6 more weeks of winter. The other one, Staten Island Chuck said, I think early spring, but Puxatawny Phil is usually more accurate than, um Staten Island Chuck. I love Groundhog's Day. It's one of my favorite days of the year.
I just want to go out in a shirt and shorts already.
I know. All It's so funny because when I first moved in, I moved in early August because we had training. So I was here like August, I think it was like 14th. Like it was very
I
early.
came a little later around that time, but
Yeah.
yes, I was here for training too.
Yeah. Um, And when I moved in, it was really hot and it was still like 80s, 90s, like so I had like only like shorts and t-shirts here and maybe a couple of sweatshirts, but mostly just like shorts and t-shirts. And then like very quickly in like October, it got like not that quickly, but like October it just shifted. Like in one day it was like 50 to 40 degrees. And I said, "Oh, like I need like clothes like for winter." So I had to go home and like exchange everything. And like now like packing everything up and bringing everything back home is probably like the most annoying like part, as I said before. So yeah.
I need a car so then I can do that.
Do you have your license or no?
No,
You don't?
I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to take the road test over here in New Rochelle.
You're from the city, right?
I am from Manhattan, yes.
Are you allowed to take it up here or do you have to take it in the city?
I can take it here
Oh,
in
you
New
can take it
Rochelle,
up here?
yes.
I would definitely I would not take it in White Plains or Yonkers.
I've heard.
I would take it in Rochelle or like Yorktown. It's easier. I took it in White Plains and I thought I failed. Um, but Yorktown is like easier, quote unquote, and Rochelle is like I know a lot of people that have passed in Rochelle.
Wait, where are you from originally
I live
right
in
now?
Eastchester,
You live in
so
okay.
it's like 10 minutes from here. I went to school literally like down the street
Um,
on North Avenue.
what's it called?
Ursuline,
Ursuline,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's where
Who else from here went to the same school as you?
Elizabeth Riccio behind me, she's a year older than me though. Who else in my grade goes here? I don't even A lot of them are commuters and a
Mm,
lot of them like transferred in after this school like last September. Like I think they were supposed to go to different colleges, but then they ended up coming here. So like sometimes I'll see them around. There's like 5 of us, I think. 5 or 6 of us.
did,
Yeah.
Gabby go to the same school as you or no?
Gabby.
Domenica?
No, I actually do not remember where she went to high
Oh, I thought
school.
she
No.
went to, like, the same school as you.
No, 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 no. Um, and Levia didn't go to the same school as me either. She went to Eastchester,
Mhm.
but we met here. I've met all of my friends like here. I don't really like a lot of like my friend group friends from high school. They go to all different colleges like across like the East Coast. So
Mm.
yeah,
And that school is the sister of
Iona Prep.
Iona Prep.
Yep.
I was gonna either guess that school or STEP.
Step and Maria Regina are sisters, brother sister school. So Jen went to Maria Regina, and her brother's school is Stepanak. Because
Yeah.
they're like they try to do it like where the schools are like close to each other. Like Iona Prep and Ursuline, they're both in Rochelle. Like Step and Maria, like one's in Hartsdale, one's in White Plains. Like
Mhm.
they're kind of close to each other. Although Holy Child, which is in Rye and Fordham, are brother sister schools, and
Mhm.
one's in Rye and one's in the Bronx. So
Yeah.
that one I don't really understand. But the other ones they try to do like whatever's, like, closer to each other,
Yeah,
so
because I know, Tristan went to Iona Prep too.
Yep,
I
yep,
know Vinny went to STEP. I
yep,
know, Jake went to Iona Prep. I
yep.
know a bunch of other people went to, like, those schools as well.
It's so funny because, like, Jake, I never met him when I was at Iona like, when I was at Ursuline, like, because we would have
Jake Lotan?
when we would have events that, like, you could, like, meet somebody else, like, at the brother sister schools or, like, at a prom or anything like that. I never met him before, and I met him here, and when he told me he went to Iona Prep, I was like, Oh, really? I
Mhm.
didn't know that.
Your
Um,
brother goes to Iona Prep
yep,
right now,
yep.
right? Yeah.
He's a senior. I think he's sad because he has like his final like 3 months and like he's like really like made a name for himself there and like I think he's gonna be sad to leave. But
Well, then he should be making a name for himself here
that's what I
too.
said to him. I said
He should go for, Gale Guides
I
too.
told him that
I feel
and
like I don't know him too well, but I feel like because I know you are very involved, I feel like he should also do the same things that you do
he
too.
definitely has like a different like personality than I do. He's more not that I'm not like personable, but he is more and he's a little more extroverted than I am. So um he'll definitely get involved on campus. I'm assuming like very, very, very quickly. So
I
um,
feel like you're very extroverted too, though.
you know what's so funny? Like I don't a lot of my friends say that. I don't feel like I am, but like I know I
Because you
am,
are,
but like I'm not.
because Mary, the thing is like I'm biased, but because I've heard people tell me like everyone knows who I am here, but like for you, I feel like it's also the same thing for you too. Because I hear other people talk about you, and then I've also hear like a lot of people know who you are over here at the school
Yeah.
too.
It's so funny because like I don't like consider myself I know I'm extroverted. Like I just don't consider myself to be that way, but all my friends are like, "Yeah, like you're very, very extroverted." And I'm like, "All
Mhm.
right." When I was younger, I was very introverted, so I've definitely come out of my shell a lot. So,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. I do have to end the episode because I know that you have to go in
Yeah, I
10
have to go to
minutes.
lab in 10 minutes, so
So the way how I usually end my episodes will usually pray out the episode and then just hope for another episode to come really good again.
well, thank
So
you for having me on your episode to begin with. This has been
yeah,
a great conversation.
good. Yeah, good to have you on my episode too. All the laughs and all like the funny moments and stuff that we talked about.
Yeah.
Good.
You want me to lead the prayer?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, thank you for giving us this day and every other day that we've had. Thank you for allowing us to do this podcast episode together and for allowing us to wake up this morning. Lord, we ask you to watch over us as we enter into our weekend. We ask that you watch over the Iona men's basketball team tonight as they play Manhattan and hopefully win. And we
Mhm.
ask all of this in your name. Pray. Amen.
Amen. Love Jesus in our hearts
Forever.
forever.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Tyler.
Of
Very much
course.
enjoyed this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty.
Well, that's the end of the episode, guys. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
I hate these headphones.
I didn't think they
Yeah. That was a really good episode.
Thank you.
And she said she was watching.
My friends are watching this.
Wait, who was watching it?